What's up, cuties? Hope you guys are all having a wonderful day so far today. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. If you're a brand new viewer and you're not yet subscribed, think about subscribing. The little button is over here as well as the little post notification bell, so be sure to click that so you never miss a video. I'm posting every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If you're not a new viewer and you're still not subscribed, girl, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to my channel. For today's video, we're gonna be talking about things I avoid when it comes to boys. Now, we all know that boys can be really great, but they can also be the worst. So we're gonna talk about some personality traits, characteristics, things I tend to avoid when I'm pursuing a guy, when a guy is pursuing me, just to make sure that I am protecting myself and taking care of myself when it comes to my heart and my feelings, because that's what's important. So with this video, be sure to comment below as well and let me know if you've ever run into these things, if you've experienced them, or what your opinions on them are as well as we go through these different points. Right before we get into the video, I do want to say a huge thank you to one of the sponsors of my channel, which is Tiege Hanley. Tiege Hanley is an awesome, uncomplicated men's skincare brand who I've been loving the past few months, and I'm not gonna sit here and tell you guys that the brand completely cured my acne, because that's not the case. If I'm being honest, I don't really get too much acne anymore except for a pimple here or there, but their skincare line is more about maintaining clear, healthy, radiant skin and protecting you from fine lines and wrinkles in the future, which is exactly what I deal with. The skincare system I personally use from them is their level 1 system. It comes with a face wash that I use twice a day. It comes with an AM and a PM moisturizer. The AM moisturizer has SPF 20, which is really good for protecting your skin from the sun. And then finally, twice a week, I use their scrub. This is to get all the dead skin off and exfoliate your face. It's really important to me on this channel, you guys, that if I ever share a company or a brand with you, that I only share people that I feel like are the best in the industry and that I personally use myself. So it makes me really happy that I actually found a skincare brand that I love and I think is doing incredible work for men, and not just that, but creating a skincare system that's easy to use, comes to your door every month, and you guys are gonna see some great results. So if you need a new skincare system, click the link down below. Since you're a subscriber of my channel, they offer you 20% off. When, by the way, this is only $25. It is super cheap, so you basically get it for 20, plus they give you free shipping. So definitely utilize the link down below and DM me after you get it and let me know how your new skincare system is working out. Okay, back to the video. So to start this out, I wrote a few things down because I really did not want to miss anything, but I broke this up into basically 4 different sections of things that I look out for. So let's start with section 1. The first section I have are friends. Now, you guys may have heard the quote, "You are the accumulation of the 5 closest people you surround yourself with." When you think about it, you really are your 5 closest friends you spend the most time with. I mean, these are the people that daily, weekly, whatever, you spend the most amount of time with. So if you're talking to somebody and you're realizing that their friends are all a bunch of idiots, chances are the person you're talking to is gonna have some of those similar traits. Now, this isn't always the case, but when it comes to this, I go a little bit more in depth. Are the people they're surrounding themselves with, are they productive? Do they have goals? Do they treat people with respect? Do they, talk about people in a manner that I would want the person I'm potentially talking to talk about me? Like, if that makes sense. One of the reasons I also think about this is because if you start to date somebody, you almost like date their friends in a sense too, because you're gonna be hanging out with their friends, they're gonna be hanging out with your friends, and are these people you wanna associate yourself with? And again, not all the time the person you're interested in is like their friends, but a lot of times they are. So it's something to look out for. Another thing when it comes to friends is sometimes you can start talking to somebody and already be friends with people in their circle. What do their friends have to say about the person you're interested in? Not that you need to go digging for secrets and whatever. I mean, get to know the person on an individual basis, just like you would anyone else, and you'd want that fresh, clean start. But I've been in situations sometimes where I'm talking to somebody and we have mutual friends and they're like, stay clear of that person. Like, trust me when I say they do not have good history. They have patterns that are like super negative. If you ever come across something like that, definitely take that into consideration. Again, everybody I feel like deserves a fair chance to some extent, but it's also good to take in input from other people that you trust. The next thing we're gonna talk about is texting. Don't even get me started. I mean, I've already started. That's why I'm doing this video, but okay, I have a few things written down here. So the first one is, why are they texting you? Hopefully it's because they want to get to know you. Unfortunately, I've been in situations before with people, and again, this video isn't just for guys that you want to date. Sometimes it can be for friends, new friends coming into your life. And I've unfortunately had people text me before like they want to hang out and get to know me, and then suddenly it turns into more of, what can I get from you? Like they see something in my life of value that they then want for themselves and they want to use me to get to it. Or sometimes I don't even realize that at first, and I'm talking and hanging out with somebody and I provide something of value. And by the way, I'm not talking about anything sexual, like maybe it's work related, maybe it's friends related, whatever. And you don't really hear from them again until they need something again of value. And you can really easily tell if this is happening because they'll text you saying, hey, how are you? Good, things are good. Awesome, we should hang out again because such and such and such. So definitely just look out for that. You can easily tell when somebody is trying to get something. On the other hand with that, maybe it is something sexual. Maybe you're really into a guy and they're giving you vibes like they're into you, but then you get that 2 a.m. what's up text, what you doing? And then you know, okay, this is just gonna be sexual. And if that's what you want with that person, totally chill, totally fine, but it's good to be aware of why people are texting you when they're texting you and what they're texting you about, just so you know for yourself. The last thing with texting I always look at too is how long does it take somebody to text me back? Now, I understand that life comes up and people can't just text you back immediately 24/7. I totally get it. I work during the day. Sometimes I'm in a movie, I'm at lunch, I'm doing this, I'm on the phone with my mom, like whatever, and I can't get back to people immediately, but I do think there's a respectful time to get back to people. For instance, if I'm texting somebody, and again, this can be a friend or this could be a guy I'm interested in or who has shown interest in me, you know, if we're texting back normal, like, you know, within 15, 20 minutes, whatever, or sooner than that, and even if it goes to an hour before I hear from somebody, that's okay. Like, I don't care. We all have shit we're doing. But when that hour moves to 3 hours, okay, like, they got busy. Then it moves to 6 hours, and then 6 hours becomes a normal thing. Like every time you text them, you know you're not gonna hear back for 6 hours, and then that turns to the next day. God forbid they start doing the like once every 3 days, oh, I got busy. No, you didn't, bitch. You saw my text and you chose not to respond to it, which is fine. Just be upfront about it. And I think it's a really telling sign of if somebody is really into you or not. Because if they are, they will make an effort to respond to your text. And it's the same thing with friendships, you know? When it comes to our friends, if you care about the friendship, I believe that you will respond back in a timely manner. Even if it's to say, hey, I'm busy, I can't get back to you right now, or hey, I'll call you later, like now's not a good time. Just sending something in response makes somebody feel like you're not ghosting them. So that's something I look for. The third thing I have on here is outlook. I think this is really important. I wrote down in here, when you spend time with somebody, you really get to see their perspective and their view on life. I can't tell you how many people I've met who we go out, whether it's a first date or whether we're just hanging out in general, trying to get to know each other. And it seems like every time you talk to them, life is always against them. They have the victim mentality that work is against them, finances are against them, family's against them, friends against them. Everybody in the world is against them. So with that, it's a pattern that will transfer into a relationship. And, you know, it's a mentality that I personally choose to not have. I mean, don't get me wrong. Life gets super tough sometimes. There are times where I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do in this situation or this, or I feel super stressed out. But it's all about, you know, our perspective and our outlook and how we choose to react to a situation. But again, this is something I definitely look out for when I'm talking to somebody. What is their mentality like when it comes to life? Do they have a positive outlook on life? Are they optimistic about the future and possibilities? Or are they always complaining about how life is just unfair? In addition to that, I also look for, when I'm talking to somebody, when I share something about my life, maybe I have something that I'm trying to start or do, or a new project or something I'm sharing with them. Are they supportive? Are they encouraging? Are they giving me good feedback? Or are they the type of person that's like, well, okay, that's not really gonna work, or that's not really exciting, or I don't really know why you would be doing that? Because again, that transfers to a relationship. And I try to surround myself with people that are, you know, encouraging and supportive, because I think that if you have a strong friend group like that and a strong support system, that is like one of the healthiest things in life. And I try and be that for other people. So I try and make sure that I surround myself with people that do that in return, just like you should as well. The last thing I have on here, I just wrote interests, and these are more of interest topics if they bring up during a first date or first interaction that are a little bit of a red flag to me. I wrote down, if I'm meeting someone for the first time and they're concerned with how much money I make, or who I work for, or who I know, or well, how do you know this person and you should introduce me to this person, or we should go hang out with this person. Like, if it's not really about you and getting to know you, and their motives and intentions are based around materialistic things or self-gain, red flag. They're not there for the right reasons. I have no problem talking to people about finances and money and work. I have no problem talking to people about my friend group and how I met people or introducing people to my friends group. I have no problem working with people that I feel like would be fun to work with, you know? But the difference is how that develops and how that starts. Did it start out of something organic and pure, or did it come purely from motives of just self-gain? So in wrapping things up, the point of this video isn't to be like, again, all guys are horrible, because they're not. You know, there are so many incredible guys out there that I've met, both friends and, you know, people I've gone on dates with, whatever, who are genuine, awesome people. But these are things I've run into in the last couple years just through dating and, you know, new people that come in my life and whatever. And there are things that I look out for, because it's very important to protect ourselves, because our feelings and our mentality and our heart is something worth being protected, especially things that we work for in life. So these are things that I kind of keep an eye out for. Again, I'm not anal about these things. I don't go into every relationship or anything like asking or looking for all these things and keeping a list. They're just things in the back of my head that I'm like, oh, okay, well, maybe I should watch out for that. So if you've ever dealt with something like that, comment down below and let me know in the comments what your experience is with that. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And again, subscribe to my channel if you're not already. We're almost at 100,000 subscribers, which is a huge, huge, huge milestone for this channel. So much is gonna be changing in this channel this next month, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. I have a lot of stuff coming up, and this channel is gonna be taking a direction that it should have taken a long time ago, but I'm really proud of the content that's coming up, and I hope you guys stick around for it. So again, be sure to subscribe if you're not already, and like this video. You guys can also find me on Instagram at Dominick Whelton in the meantime. And let me check my calendar real quick on here. Monday, June 3rd. Watch out for that video. It's gonna be a really important one, so watch out for that. With that, I love you guys. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Be sure to check out my other videos if you haven't seen them in the meantime. And with that, I love you. Be kind to one another, and I will see you guys later. Bye.